This rabbi has a very pleasant way about him and can really, and as you can see in this video that we're going to watch, really gets through to people in just showing them the common sense, which they simply, there's a lot that people just don't know about what's going on, and he has this beautiful way of getting across to them. Let's watch this clip together.
You have Palestinian people that are living in that land.
Yeah.
And then you understand what happened, World War II, the Holocaust, all that.
Yeah, but what gives the Jews the right to just come in there? Maybe let me try to give you an example. Imagine you had Navajo Indians who were thrown off their land.
Yes.
And they moved to Europe.
Okay.
Imagine this. They moved to Europe. And after people try to kill out all the Navajo, the world says, we got to put them back in Navajo country. And they come back. Would you say they're colonizers?
No.
So I want to tell you,
they're going back to where they were originally from.
Let me tell you a true story.
You clarify something.
I want to tell you a true story that no one disagrees with. Jewish people started out in the land of Israel. Jews comes from Judea. That's the name of that land.
Yes, correct.
Now, what happened is people came in called the Romans, taken over the world, and exiled them and pulled them out. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Every single day, for 3 times a day, we pray. For the last couple thousand years, return us to Israel, return us to Jerusalem. We never stop. This synagogue is facing east when you go in, because Jerusalem's east. 3 times a day we faced east. We never forgot it for 1 minute. There were also Jews in the land, not so many. They were a minority because the Turks came in, and there was colonization after, including the Palestinian people. They colonized it too. They're the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. They're from Saudi Arabia. The Jews were always there in small numbers and never gave up on it. And then the world said, we need a place. You said, we'll go back. Did you know that in Israel, Jews and Arabs live together? That if they make a 2-state solution, they talk about this, make a 2-state solution, the Arab state will be 0 Jews, free of Jews like Nazi Germany dreamed, Judenrein, no Jews allowed. In Gaza, there were 0 Jews.
You don't support the 2-state solution?
I do support it, but I want it to be 2 real states, which means either only Jews in this one, only Arabs in that one, which I don't agree with. I think we can live together. Or if you have an Arab state, why can't I live there? Why is it prohibited for a Jew to go to Saudi Arabia?
That's not cool.
Qatar, for the Olympics, they had to allow Jews only for this one thing, for the World Cup. Only Jews, they made a special change in the laws. A 2-state solution is a lie because it would be 1 Arab state and 1 democratic state where anyone can come. There are Arabs in the Knesset and on the Supreme Court in Israel. So the answer is we came and made a democratic state. There was one rule that any Jew from anywhere in the world could come back since it's their homeland. It was colonized before by the British. There was never a Palestinian country with a flag or a coin. If you see a coin that says Palestine, it's a Jewish coin and it's got Hebrew letters on it.
But somehow they feel that that's also their sort of...
And they're welcome.
Right?
They are welcome. Do you understand? They're welcome. Just don't try to kill everyone you see. They have a basic belief that as long as a Jew is on the land, it is an insult to Allah and you got to kill him. And if you can kill a baby in a kindergarten, you're a hero.
Yeah, that's not cool.
So that's a big... How do you work with that? They are welcome. If you will just behave and not kill. Now listen, I'm not judging a little kid who's born and raised, and it could be there's a soldier who mistreated him, but to call it colonization would be like telling the Navajo guy who comes back to Navajo country,
I hear that.
You're a colonizer because the Americans were here. If we give it back to the Palestinians, the whole thing, then the next day we should get it because they're colonizers. Fine, give it to the Jews. Then we're colonizers, give it to them. If you're going back in history, we were there first. If you're saying whatever you conquer, it's yours like everyone else in the gosh darn world, then just like America belongs to the United States, Israel belongs to us. So pick a lane. Is it whoever was there first? We win based on archaeology, based on history. It's undeniable. That being said, you're welcome. There's Christian sites, there's Muslim sites, and there's Jewish sites. And if you just won't blow yourself into pizza toppings, you can cut.
I agree with what you're saying. Like all that makes sense. And thank you for clarifying that.
Sure.
It makes sense.
It's a good, I want to tell you what, it's a good question. Because if everyone in the country is talking about it, and you're hearing it from one side or the other side, it's fair to ask a rabbi and say, just make your case.
Yeah. So one thing though, obviously, part of like the violence is the powers aren't equal. You know, the Israeli state has a lot more power than the Palestinian people, state, whatever we want to call it, right? And so you see like 36,000 killed, you know what I'm saying?
And if you're a good person, you automatically side with an underdog.
Yeah.
But you know what that means? That means when that underdog goes into it, is there anything an underdog can do that's just evil? Let's say an underdog is really the underdog. So he starts raping 3-year-olds in front of their parents. Is there a point where you'd say, listen, buddy, you are the underdog, but that's unethical? Hamas is the underdogs. I don't question that. They might even be right. If someone would say they're right, I could listen to them. But there's got to be a point where what you're doing is just wrong.
I think Hamas is wrong. But the fact that all these civilians are paying the price, you know, for what Hamas did on October 7th, is also really difficult to sort of.
Right. The problem is that's warfare. In Japan, when they bombed us in Pearl Harbor, a lot of innocent people got killed.
Yeah.
And in every other war that's ever happened,
Yeah.
and the only people that are told this is wrong and you got to stop it are the Jews. The only people. No one else was ever told that if you come in and you keep threatening to kill us, and we say, you know, we're going to bomb you back to the 1500s. No one was ever told not to do that.
But the people that are Hamas, but Palestinian, they need to stop Hamas.
They need to stop.
They elected Hamas. You're right.
Look at that. He's very clear. He's calm. He explains everything. He gets through to them. Very, very effective. We all need to be clear about the facts and calmly respond to people who are genuine about trying to understand what's going on in Israel. Most people actually don't know what's going on.